Jimmy Jacks.
Good.
Jumbo Jills. While you're doing the warm-up, Mr. Sampson, I remember that class the other night, there was a section of that Kamikata technique I left out. I gotta add that in. Jumbo Jacks. 5 push-ups. Some Jills. Relax. Turn down. Push. All the way back, please.
7.
That's your thing. We're going over the same. There. All right, front row up. Double walks. All the way down. Go. Front two. Front two. So make you start over. Front two. 7. Front double. Next group. Go. Good, Shane. Good. All 3 of you. Make sure you push that front up and down. Next group. Hold your right hand. Out. Good. Right hand not right. Check one up and down. Good. Good. Front 2, Matthew. Front 2. There you go. That's better. Ever done this before?
Listen to you. Alright. This is the number you'll focus on right here. So when you punch, do your wrist in this position, and that's how you take the proper punch. Walk it in, a lot of people punch and sprain their wrist, and they can't get their hand anymore. If you follow fighting, UFC, MMA, something like that, you can become broken wrist all the time. It's probably not broken, it's probably fine. When they do have a broken wrist, a broken fist, it's called a box fracture. It's because they get down here, and these bones actually keep you up. So that's what we're trying to avoid. So we're going to do this, and then try to find a front up line. And so here's the first thing. Good, good.
That's not a concept. You go to the front leg. Very good. That's good. Go down there. All right. First group up.
I just realized they don't have a black ribbon on them.
It's a belt.
It's a belt.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going.
missing his name on it though. I don't know.
Nail. Gross. Second group. Go. Sure is. That is gross. Thank you, Shane.
Oh, well.
What? Good. Is either a vampire in class or shedding balls? That's fine. Just go right here, David. Okay. Just do as many as you can, just a handful. Go. Hey, that's fine, that's plenty. We don't want you to be sore the first night. We don't want you to be too sore the first night. How about that?
You're right down there.
Hustle's always good, yes. do the scroll business, we'll go ahead and line back up. All right, go ahead and line our rank. We'll reset the lines, David, but Maggie came in late. Good kid. Ready? Miss Pam. Buzz, can we stretch it?
Come down.
I didn't say you had to stretch, you just gotta tell them what to do.
See what the clock says.
All right, feet together, stretch down. Put your hands behind your ankles and try to pull further.
Like that.
Mr. Adams.
Hold out.
Okay, stretch your feet out. Stretch down.
So, sir, I tried something new today.
What's that?
Instead of jogging here, I jogged into the hill, and once I reached the uphill, which is about a quarter of a mile, I just sprinted from there, over half a mile.
And where did you start, high school?
Hillcrest Baptist Church.
That's where you started at?
Yes, sir. There's that hill, that,
Right.
once I hit the bottom of that hill, I sprinted up and
So you sprinted from the bottom of the hill and over straight to the desert?
yes, sir.
Sure.
I got my cardio up a bit, so I can do that now.
Spread your feet out a little bit further.
I didn't plan on doing that, but a good song just came on. No, it was Layla, Eric Clapton,
Which version?
live.
Yeah, there you go.
But it was a little Eric Clapton.
No, that was good.
Okay, stand up. Sit down. Stretch forward.
So how was your day, Miss Pam? How was your?
It was good.
Oh,
I bring your left leg in and stretch.
Someone requested a mini mock exam, so now we have one.
I feel like I would do.
We would have to.
How many people are gonna be at the Black Duck Workout on the 16th?
Oh, that's, yeah.
Now, this Friday and following one. Mr. Sampson,
I'm not sure if we're going.
you got Texas coming up, young man?
Is there one this Friday, sir?
Not this Friday, Mr. Mr. Simmons, you have your hand up? Logan? Well, you do it in the middle. You got a big date? Don't answer that. You coming, Miss Pam?
Wait on.
Okay.
What time?
Fine.
The one, really?
Mm-hmm. guys, the Black Hawk candidates, I know you gotta learn those sections of shuffling.
Yes.
Work on it, yeah. Are fairly well ready. Our biggest concern right now is Mr. Sampson and his EDOM test. And get through that kamikaze.
They change. Oh, I forgot that part.
Oh, shoot, I got that. And I just,
Don't get on the floor.
yeah. I swear. I'm believing it, I didn't even notice. It's napping. I know.
Turn behind your bed thing.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Really?
As far as your record, as far as you do.
I remember when the stone took a football at me and I hit me in the nose. That's a fun day. Hey, you smoke? I should have a distraction this week. Get out of town. Yeah, it's special. Doesn't have to like be just.
So how was your day, Mr. Sampson?
I don't know if it's the same.
They already asked me.
Oh.
Yeah, you never get.
Grade that after school.
Start to your left.
So my left. I forget that. I need to wash. How was your day, Mr. Simba?
Shake that here. Hey, how was your day, Mr. Cole?
Huh?
We need our dad joke.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Mosey.
I had a dad joke
Ready for today, because it's one of the
I already forgot.
So the opposite.
Back to the front.
Guys, he has a dad joke.
The opposite of formaldehyde is casual ejectable.
To the front, she said.
Yeah, to the front.
Very interesting. Very fun.
Sir,
Sir.
You got a dad joke.
had a dad joke.
And you missed it.
If you can beat Peters, was it Peter? Cave, if you beat Caves from last night, I'll give you $1.
This one might be it.
Who has it?
So what is the opposite? The opposite of formaldehyde is casual ejectable.
It's like they asked me about.
He got it.
To the right.
You know what his face?
So you own the dollar?
Still not as good as Caves.
What's his?
What's his?
You know, it's not so much the joke, it's the fact that it's coming from a 9-year-old and he delivers it so well.
What was it?
So pretty.
Oh, man.
Which one was his, you call?
Mike.
You get when you cross a snowman and a vampire.
Huh.
Frostbite.
Oh,
I didn't know that joke.
I love so fun.
I just
Go back to the front.
Oh, that's all.
Christmas banquet luncheon on the 10th, that's this Saturday, at 2.
Mr. Logan's bringing, I think he said gourmet ostrich. So we appreciate that, Mr. Logan. I don't know where you acquired ostrich from, but for those of you who don't know, ostrich is a red meat, it's not like a chicken, so.
Does that count for emus as well?
I believe so, yes.
Butterfly.
And what's that other
Like
thing?
butterfly
Like
soup.
cabbages and raisins?
Butterfly soup?
Yes, just, you gotta eat a lot of them.
I was ACT testing that day.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be disappointing.
Mom, did you sign up for this?
What?
Did you sign up?
For what? What? Oh no, the slots are full.
I mean, I have a joke from
I guess I have it one.
I'm sure that I trust you with your jokes,
oh,
Shane.
come on.
It's gonna be World War II.
So, a blind man walks into a bar.
Yeah.
See, when I was growing up, it was called a blonde walks into a bar.
Oh, that's
Gotta put your hands on your knees and push down.
So continue, Shane.
Oh, no, that was the joke.
That was the joke.
How about a horse walks into a bar, Carter goes, like a long face?
I've heard that one rather recently.
Don't we all love bad jokes?
See, the great thing about the blonde walk into a bar joke is my sister at that time had really long blonde hair and was a professional model. It was just funny. But she's stupid. Hey, Dana.
One of my exes was blonde.
Okay, little frog.
Thank you.
She did in fact walk into a bar.
This is why you're the best favorite.
Like, is everyone from Australia? That's told me. Just a kangaroo walks into a bar and that's the scene of the joke. I didn't get that either.
You're not supposed to be. No.
Nicole's going to kill you.
It's fine.
No.
She's looking at you.
She's giving it like a death
I
glare.
literally gave you it.
She's giving you the evil.
Oh, that's
My chicken knife will. It's.
Alright, stand up.
I want my room to breathe.
Okay, so she gave
Man,
it
all right, line up, hold it down, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ready? Yes. All right. We're gonna step back into karate form. The beyond. What that means is you're gonna step back to the right foot towards the back point. Step back in this position, go to the front stance, left hand down block, yeah. There you go. Bring it back up, let's go. Again, step back toward the back corner. Left hand comes up by your ear, down block, yeah. Hands up. Mike Gary, she's on Mike Gary, it's gonna have front feet, you have front feet. Hey! Son! Where's your key eye at? Tree! Go! Go your pace. Right there, your pace. Son! I was talking to him, not the rest of y'all. The rest of y'all go my pace. Speed. Control, don't hop chain. Same, my Gary. Shoot on my Gary. Yeah. Son! Tree! Go! Up! Good. Feet. chamber, turn it back this way. Does it keep quick as we pull that chamber in, that,
Spin the washer, Gary, PI.
on your ankle, try to push your toes straight, you're gonna kick. Top of the foot. Yes, sir.
Once you put back, you control the return. Go! Speed. Same left leg. Spin washer, Gary. Let me try to explain this in a different way. When you start your turn on your Mawashigiri, okay, if you think about this hip trying to stay in place, but by stay in place, I mean don't let it come out. I see a lot of people push their hips out. The reason you're pushing your hip out is because you're trying to push with your back hip to get into your spin. Instead of doing that, if you will turn the back hip, or what's going to be the back hip, twist that here. Your kick's going to be a lot faster, a lot harder. Okay? I don't even know what happened. Your feet, Matthew? Kick! Kick. Matthew, re-chamber, then put it down. Son! Three! Go! You want your knee to come all the way around your body. So you're going to come to the chamber here. You think about pointing your heel on your target. And then you kick. When you do that side kick, people, solid. Block it out. You got to roll your hip more. Same thing other side. Let that leg, let that hip come all the way around. Remember what I told you about shoulder to foot, right? When you turn, you want to show the heel. Show that heel to that person so they can see it. That way you know you're in the right position. Backside, straight knees up, straight up knee strike, out ki, come back. But use your hand like you're grabbing, strike, come back, pull. You grab and hold somebody. Pull to you. The higher you get that knee, Samson. The higher you can get that knee. If we're locked up, if he grabs me, okay, he grabs me. You can grab me inside, outside, doesn't matter. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to grab in close as tight as I can and as high as I can. If I can grab way up here above the collarbone, this way, this is your best position, okay? If this is the only position I can get, then that's what you do. But I always try for the highest point, okay? If I do this, and I'm a lot bigger than him, I'm at least twice his size, and I start to pull down, okay, you resist it, okay? Ready? How much pressure am I putting on you?
A lot.
How much are you moving?
Barely.
Okay? But if I do this, okay? Resist it, okay? Oh. How much pressure did I put on you?
Barely.
How much did you move?
A lot.
That's why the higher advantage position is better, okay? It's why they put a yoke around the neck of the animal that pulls the cart, not the back. So this is where you control that, okay? Now, the closer you get in, the higher that knee comes. You are driving that knee toward the bottom. This is what your target is here to the belt, just like that, okay? But, just like you go in a hook, okay, we talked about the hook, right? We talked about 30 pounds in the hook, let you go over that again, we'll go over that again.
Sorry, that was wrong.
Gotcha. So when you go to the body, let the knee rise up. You're aiming for here, let it rise up. And if you do, it'll follow the body till it gets the chin there. Okay? The higher you grip, the more control you have. That's why I teach this way. Alright, here we go. Left side, straight knees up. Switch. Backside elbow. From here, you're going to twist. When you throw this elbow, okay, first of all, don't let it make one of these motions. Okay, you're not following a circle. You want that elbow to go straight line. If, put your hand right here. Okay. If I'm standing here and that's my target, okay, I don't want my elbow to make a circle coming around this way. Okay, I want it to do this. Like that, straight line. Because when you do that, what you get is this instead of that. See, there's a difference. More of your weight, more of your power going through the target. Push it. So try to keep a straight line on that elbow. Keep on every time. At the end of your elbow, try to have your shoulders in line with the elbow here. You don't want to be this way. I said try, Sam. Stand on this side. On the same elbow. One. Hello, feet. How are you? Return. Other side elbow. Now, here's what you'll see a lot of. 1, 2. Okay. Look how close I am here. Look how close I am. Right? My foot is actually past the line of his foot. In line, past. If I throw my elbows this way, how much damage am I going to do? Okay? I'm going to pull away from him. I'm going to get further back. Okay? But your elbow strikes shouldn't happen inside this little bitty well. Reach with them. Put your elbows forward from here, not here. Understand the difference? A little bit longer. When you do your first one, let your feet turn instead of stepping, and that'll give you more torque. It's hard
want to find your balance point, when you turn, sometimes that balance point's a little odd. Ouch! Side. Left side. One time elbows. Turn strike. One elbow. Go! Up! They're gonna add 1, 2. Back elbow, front elbow in return. When you go that front elbow, if you go that front elbow and you hold back, you don't twist here, this elbow is not gonna have anything with it. So just
Floppy.
okay? You gotta twist. Now you can turn back, but still hit with power. Go! Go! Side. Same thing. Back elbow, front elbow, grab, knee, come back, key on the knee strike. 3 strikes, 2 elbows in the knee, key on the knee strike. When you do your knee strike, try to step back where you were, not falling forward. Back where you were, not falling forward. Alright. On your belt, you pull back 3, 6, 9, 11. Get a 6 to shield bleed. Plus 3 down, 6 down that side, 6 down this side. David Stewart, Mr. Sampson, Mr. Sampson, our most senior bill, he will be designated second degree black belt, maybe. That comment, however, in January. Okay, the next month. This man is getting you. Woo! Good. Yeah. Oh. Everybody lay your shoes down. Look, get on a pair of gloves, please. Boys, there's a pair in there, they'll show you where they're at.
Sparring gloves, sir?
Ma'am,
Sparring gloves?
sport gloves are fine, yes, ma'am.
was, I say hi to her when we're passing the hall, and she doesn't even glance over.
I don't even see you.
No, it's funny when I think about it, you know what, man? It's always fun, I'm always, okay?
Okay, well, you can.
Yes.
They're trying.
She was bullied outside.
Who's loading? Which staff, you're saying, brother, you should have probably bullied you. Oh, never mind, this is your cousin, you don't care. Go
Go on. She's bullying us at school. She doesn't even acknowledge us.
I looked at you for like 2 seconds.
So she's not just not acknowledging you, she's constantly being aware of your presence and not acknowledging.
All right, it's even worse.
I think it's.
How about each other? All right, so here's what we're gonna do, is everybody that gloves, when you're holding target, put your gloves on. Everybody else? So some of y'all, you love you have to put your gloves down, some of you have to put your gloves down, what type you got? Say you have to put your gloves down before you shoot. All right, so let's talk about this. For those of you who missed Monday night, at the end of the Monday night session, we did some hands-on, self-defense, type techniques for striking, and this is the point that I made. First of all, the question is, what type of system are we? What do we do? Are we a grappling system? Are we a throwing system? Judo? Do we do joint locks? That's not what we specialize in. What we specialize in. We're a striking system. That's what we do. There are differences in every kind of system that you enter into. Every martial art teaches some of all of it. I shouldn't say that. Boxing doesn't teach anything about ground fighting. How many of y'all been in class when we actually did some ground fighting before? We don't do it very often, but we have done it periodically. So that's something we probably need to do next week. We do a little ground fighting next week. So remember, and I'm gonna say this one thing about doing the ground fighting next week. Don't say you're wrong, I'm not saying you're wrong. Let me say this one last thing about ground fighting. Renzo Gracie himself, who is the founder of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, he said, we learn to fight on the ground so we can get back to our feet. That was his whole thing for founding Jiu-Jitsu. For those of you who don't know the history of the Gracie family, he was a traditional Japanese karate black belt. He was a Shotokan black belt. And he realized, if I'm fighting one of these wrestlers and I get on the ground, I need to be able to escape from that and get back to my feet so I can do what I know how to do, which is stand up and fight. So he started working on these techniques, and over the last 80 years, since its creation, it has evolved into what it is now. Now, let me talk about that for just a second. If you read your traditional Japanese masters, Master Funakoshi, Dr. Chitoshi, and Zohata, those people who were the real founders of traditional karate, there's actually one that's from Goju called Miyagi, the founder of Goju Karate. They will tell you karate should always evolve. It can't be what it is today, tomorrow, because it means you're ignoring something. How many of you have heard me say, after a tasting or after a tournament, this statement, it amazes me how much I learn every time we have one of these. Every single time. Because I'm looking for where do we need to improve, what do we need to add, where do our students fall short. All of those things are important. Now notice that I keep looking in this direction, okay? Because this group right here, that's things you should be thinking about. Okay? Things that you know, where are we doing good? Ignore that. Put that aside. Why? It doesn't need to be addressed. It's already good. What do we need to improve at? It's always where my eye goes. Okay? Now,
do now is we're going to work on striking. This is striking in the traditional Japanese kumite rule. How many of you got permission, if you're a minor, to do full contact with your parents? No, you got to do that.
I think, did we?
The V said that he got permission for it.
We had her talk in the car, she never said anything about yes or no.
According to what he told me this afternoon, the answer was yes.
He's even this way.
Okay, I got it.
Check that one.
So right now in adult class, it's Logan and Nicole and possibly,
Yeah.
Hold her up. Hold her up.
Nicole's a minor.
You told her to say anything about.
Go ahead and say anything.
this is what we're training for. Now, the rules for bare knuckle contact by Japanese kumite were created by a gentleman by the name of Masuyama, who was the creator of Kyokushin karate, and a gentleman y'all have probably heard of by the name of Katsuo Yamamoto. Those two men created the rules. Master Yamamoto was my grandmaster. So Masuyama and Master Yamamoto were the two people who created these rules. But the first 3 years they had the All Japan Championships kumite, who was the national champion of Japan? Master Yamamoto. First 3 years they had it. So, you should kind of know a little bit about this. This is core of what we do. Rules. Rules are very simple. You cannot punch or elbow the face. No arm strikes to the face. You can kick the face, you can knee the face. Okay? Head, I should say. But there's none of this. Okay? You can kick the body, you can punch the legs rather, you can punch the legs, you can elbow the legs, you can do any of that from the shoulders down. Okay? You cannot strike the groin or the spine, and there's a traditional fair play, you can't gouge your eyes, poke the throat, grab the testicle, that kind of stuff. So, other rules. That's it, that's all there are. That's well, that's a personal objective, we call it a rule, but an objective. So the rules are simple, it's hard fighting. Now, we're gonna start with something that's gonna seem kind of silly, we're gonna start with the front hand jab, but the jab is gonna shoot down the middle to the bottom. You're aiming literally aiming for the sternum this way, okay? We're just gonna start straight hand jab, do 3 or 4 of those. We'll, stand just beside me, please.
Left or right, sir?
Your weak hand's gonna be forward. Put your weak hand forward. That's gonna be your jab hand or your front hand. Okay? When you do this punch, you want to roll. Look, when you throw that front hand, you don't want to just pop your hand out this way. You want to roll. Turn your shoulder into it, drive down. Okay? All right, here we go. On my count. All right, listen. You want to be tucked in tight. Tucked in tight this way, block your body. How do you block your lower body? If you're tucked in here, how do you block your lower body? Move. Thank you. Move. Move. Here we go, front hand. Hey! Drive into it. If you're not trying to move that person, you're not hitting. 1, 2, 3. Drive a little more down. Go! Go! Touch! Touch! Switch. Other person. Now, front hand, front hand, front hand.
Just work.
Are you right handed or left handed?
I'm right.
Okay, so your left hand gonna be forward? This one you're gonna punch with? Yep, with your strong hand behind you, right? I said, go ahead and go that hand and hold it for me, can you see it? No, the front hand, front hand.
Oh, I go to the front hand, yeah?
Yep. There you go. And this side. Go ahead and throw it, hold this.
How do you closer or?
Let me see, throw it. No, that's not, hold it. Hold it. Now, when you do that, you'll do this, right, you have that short roll. Now, what you wanna do, as you punch, this is gonna roll up too. Take your chin with your shoulder. There you go. Now, see, now, I'm cooking, that's over, that's good, just like that. Ma'am? Roll your shoulder up. Yep, you tuck your chin behind your shoulder. I'm gonna do it. There. Now, okay, see now your shoulder, okay, your chin. There you go, there you go.
All right. Here we go. Out. Lean on your target. Aye. One. Three. Go. Rock. Touch. Touch. Good exercise. We'll do the same thing, front hand jab, we're not switching sides, we're not gonna waste time on these drills, punching off the side you wouldn't actually fight off of. On the same side, front hand followed by back hand, straight down the middle, 1, 2. So, here's a question for you, senior belts. If they're blocking this way, and the only thing you can hit is the arms, what do you do? Say it again, say it again like you mean it.
Hit the arm.
Get the arm. Hands up. If you do this enough times, how's that feel? He said the first one really hurt. Now here's what happened. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I was not laughing at what actually happened. Here's what happened. Okay, I hit him. He's like, okay, hit me. About 2 or 3 seconds later, he realizes that actually hurts. Am I right? Okay, so you take those knuckles and you drive in those form. Bang, bang. Show me form. Just in that one time. Go right there. Turn so you can see it. Look. That's one time just tapping. No, but you can do this. Okay? My point is this. That's one strike. If you keep bang, 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 tap, 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 tap. After about 4 or 5 of those, they're like, no, don't hit me there again. Then they're going to start moving. Then what's open? Everything else becomes open, see? Your body, think about this, your body is programmed to run from pain. So once it realizes that's gonna hurt, it's a subconscious reaction. Get that out of the way. Okay? Then look what happens. Okay, and all this is over. So if that's your only target, it is still a target. Sorry, I didn't mean to get that hard. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, right down the middle. Ouch. Make sure you're hitting it like you hate it. Hey! 2. 1, 2, count it 1, 2.
Oh.
3. Go. Up. Touch. Touch. Switch. Same you're doing. Front hand, back hand. Front hand, back hand. Close your gloves now. All right, here we go. Hey! Hey! 3. Go. Up. Punch. Good. Punch. Good. Switch. So the rules of Kumite in America, the American rules of Kumite, if you're under the age of 18, they will play you bare knuckle fight. You still have to have on the gloves and the boots and the helmet, okay? If you're over the age of 18 and you want to do Kumite, they will let you go bare knuckle, okay? I will say about that, I will say the same thing I say about every kind of fighting that you do. You'll do it when I tell you you're ready, okay? That's my way of protecting you from your ego saying, I'm ready for this, and you go, I don't think you are, Jim. Okay? I'm not, the reason why I don't let most people do a straight punch on a board break. There's just a certain level you gotta be at before that happens. All right, so stay side, right? This is the first side. First side, okay. So this is gonna be a little bit different. You're gonna do the same front hand, right down the middle, boom. You're gonna step around. This is called a triangle step. You're gonna go 1, your right foot's gonna step. If I'm standing here, okay, just like this in fighting stance, I'm gonna make triangle step. This foot's gonna go from here to here. See? And a triangle here, that way. Got it? Because my target's gonna be over here. It's gonna be 1, then I'm stepping around, throw the hook. Okay? When you throw the hook, that's going to be close to your body. Don't reach out with your hook. If you go to hook and your target, you have to reach out and do this, that means you didn't step in close enough. Or they seen what you were doing and they stepped around. Okay? If that happens, if they step out of the way and step around, just reset it and set it again. All right, here we go. I'm just saying, show the technique. Look, if you're holding a shield on the jab, you're gonna hold it this way. As soon as the jab lands, just turn your shield this way to the side of the cage. All right, go again, Sam. Good, Sam. Slow. Shout. Good. Come on. Nice, that's good. Now, let me show you the difference here. Everybody here, here's one. Yes, that's perfect. Everybody here did their hook like this. Mr. Ramon did his hook like this. Both will work. Okay? The way you throw your hook is up to you. What you have to be aware of when you're in the ring, I think all 3 of y'all have done full contact fighting, yes? When you're in the ring, I say this every time. If you're right there fighting, and I'm right here going, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, you know what they hear? There's nothing gets through. Because that adrenaline blocks it out. And it's amazing every time I tell people that, I'm like, hey, now listen, I'm gonna be coaching, be listening for my voice. And I'll have to talk like, did you hear me say this today? Oh, I didn't hear a thing. Every time. Every time. The funniest thing is, for white belts and yellow belts, the first time they go to sport karate tournament, if it's a tournament where you can coach, the same thing happens. They didn't have to be full contact fighting. So, you've got to train yourself to do one thing. Be clinical. Understand what I mean by that word? You cannot be emotional in the ring. If you fight based on emotion, all of your thought process is gone. Logic and emotion are 100% incompatible. You cannot solve a logical problem with an emotional response. You cannot solve an emotional problem with a logical response. It won't happen. Okay? So when you're in the ring, you've got to be consciously thinking, where are my openings? What's the angle? Where do I need to step? Y'all have watched me in the ring enough to know when I get in the ring, what do I do? Talk. The whole time I'm in the ring. Talk. How can I tell you what you're fixing to throw if I'm not analyzing what you're doing? But I can literally tell you what you're going to throw by the way you step. Okay? Because I'm paying attention to the way you step, the angle you step, what foot you step with, what your habits are. All of those things are things I'm constantly aware of, so you have to be noticing that. Okay? You guys are just like, let's stop, let's go, and it doesn't work that way. So we think, first thing, where do you look at?
The person.
That's the point.
Right in the eyes.
I'm gonna have to ask your mom about your medication. Yes, you look at the belt, here, the midsection, that's what you should be staring at. Somewhere in this frame, there's an opening. He can't block the whole thing, okay? If he's gonna close this, okay, now this is open. If he's gonna turn, he's gonna close that, now this is open. Something's open somewhere. With the drill we were just doing, what you're trying to do is you're trying to close that. 1, 2 down the middle. Boom. You want that closed, you want that tight. Okay? Now next time, you're making an opening now. So this drill you're making in that opening is going to be 1, then here, 2. That's it. Okay? Sir.
How can you do that if you're constantly in front of the wall? Yes.
Walk to the punch.
Interesting, okay.
He says, how can you do that if you're constantly being punched in the process? And I said, walk through the punches. Okay. So, slow. Like this. Okay. He's going to be throwing punches. All right, go. How many are you doing? Maybe 2. Everybody do this left hand landing. Right there. Okay? But you can't let it affect you. Okay? All his right hand punches live either here or here. Okay? But all the left hand punches were right down the middle. So what I did was I let him punch. Let him punch. Okay? Eventually while he's punching, first of all, look what happens. Okay? Let me give you another go over here. Eventually what's going to happen while he's punching, punch. See? He's got to give you that opening. He's punching into your defense. While he's punching into your defense, see? He's creating your offense. Make sense?
This is what I do not.
No, the first few times it's just getting there and getting used to it. All right, here we go. Straight down the middle with the left hand, with the front hand. Straight down the middle with the front hand. Triangle step into your hook. Punch. Hey. Punch. Change. How do you get it? Look. I should have explained this earlier. When you step into your triangle step, the reason you step here is specifically to create this position with your hips. Now, from here, that's how you're going to create power. Twist. Alright? Turn the hips on the hook. Turn the hips on the hook. Don't even yell. Good, so you move it that time. Go! Switch.
Sir, my movement is not right.
Sorry?
My movement is slowly. Yeah, I get that.
You should be stepping as your jab goes out. You're the only one.
What is that?
Yes.
You gotta go out to 8.
Oh, you should go with that. How many?
I'm sure.
I did, on purpose. It's 8:08, Mr. Sampson.
Oh, you're 8:20.
Right. Let's see, we got, Sloan work with Matthew, and Nicole, you work with, Dave. All right, show me, jab, triangle step, hook. Nice, nice, okay. Show me. That's not all good again. We're just trying to get through that step. Go on. Good. I did do it really well. All right, watch. When you throw your jab, I'll put it on the side of this. When you throw that jab, you make this step. One of the things you should get out of this step is if the target's here, look where my shoulder is at in relationship to the target. My shoulder is open, so that now I'm caught, ready to throw this punch, okay? If you step here and you turn and face your target, you're taking away all that strength you just worked for. So instead of stepping here, step this way. One, now turn. One of the arguments I get is you leave yourself open on this side, okay? Who's gonna hit me over here? He's over there, right? Well, that's fine. Okay, as long as you make that triangle step around it, you're gonna be okay. All right, here we go. Jab hook. Ay! Ay! Sun! Train! Go! Up! Switch! Switch! Good. Ay! Good, switch. You get in the boxing position, switch your mind to boxing, okay? Now, show the hook drill we did, Tuesday night, last night. See? That's what we're talking about, right? I'm teaching fundamental right now, I ain't got that part yet. He's talking about what he does versus what I do. At some point, back in history, I taught you to do that, and that was your natural thing to do. So, all right, sweet. All right, so you're gonna do the same thing you just did. Left hand down the middle, triangle step into your hook strike, then you're gonna kick. What kick are you gonna do? I don't care. Knee, that's a kick. High kicks, kick. In kicks, kick. Knees, a kick. I don't care what you do. What I do care is that your partner's ready for it. So if you're gonna do high kick, make her know, let her know you've been knocked out. Communicate, let everybody know. right, show me, girl. Go. Let's see. Do it again. Right now.
Step back.
Hold on. Do the first drill. Remember, slow down then. Remember how I showed you to do the first drill, jab hook. Go. Is that what I showed you how to do on jab hook? Is that the step that I showed you to make? Think about it. No. No. You're this much far too forward. That's why you can't get anything in your kick. Do what you're doing. 1, 2. Now kick. Now, instead of stepping there, before you're stepping, instead of stepping there, step here. Like 1. There. Step there. Go your hook. Now. Now go your kick. You're not off balance. You're not off balance. You're halfway through your kick.
Actually, alright, okay, so. I'm all done.
Don't stop. Why do you need to be unbalanced? Because you stop. Don't stop. Fighting is fluid.
Yes, I feel it now.
Okay. You're stepping so far, you won't get that one.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
Instead of being here, so how do you do this? You were here. So it becomes, look. All right? So to same thing. Okay, you need it. Oh, nice. You need it. This is the work there. Because if she gets just like the same, you want to be bothered. Nice. As long as you control it, it doesn't matter how you make contact with the bag. All right, so let me make this point. We use these shields as targets to give you something to kick, right? Yes, 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 no. We use these shields as target to protect your partner. If I wasn't worried about the safety of the student, we just kick each other. Okay? So, when you throw that knee, does it matter if you hit it this way? Does it matter if you hit it this way? Does it matter if you hit it that way? Doesn't matter. Just go. You kick the same way. As long as you're kicking the shield, you're doing fine. All right, here we go. Everybody's doing something a little bit different. A little more hip rotation. Slowly. Really snap that hip around. Okay. Don't look for top. You look for top. You look for carrier.
That's what I was here, and I tried to push you a little more, I couldn't.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's not an impact strike. And besides, you're kicking a shield that springs. Human body doesn't spring. Good. One of the knee, not five. One of the knee, not five.
Just weaker
Which part?
than me. You know,
What you're doing is when you go your hook, you're not setting yourself. You're leaning. Instead of you're really doing this instead of this. Whoa. There it is. Better?
yes, sir.
Punch! Good, switch. All right, same thing this side.
What you gonna do? Next, you guys will do 1, 2, and then.
Show me, Shane, what you gonna do.
Okay, start.
Hey, sorry.
You do it right. Off the back, yes. Pick your knee up, back your knee, grab the bag, grab it. Snap, slam your knee to the bag. Yes. Okay, do it again. Go up to the floor. What you're doing, you try to do this one together. And you stretch around, you want to stretch. Now you try to do. We're gonna show you what we're doing. You always set the hand. Come straight and come around. Yes. There you go. Good. Again, all right, keep going. Work right, here we go. Don't drop your hands, Matthew, you're gonna fight. Ay! Hun! Hun! Change! Good. This is all just a little fall. Go! Up! Touch! Touch! Good, got each other, boys? Under belts, go ahead and take it back and wait, please. You want to get your glove, that's it.
Mr. Logan.
You put your gloves down.
Jack Boy's voice and Chris Pratt voice and
Okay. Ready? I got some in.
Nice.
All right, so, for a point for you, David,
there will be a point in the, if you decide you're gonna continue coming to class, there'll be a point in the very near future where we take a night and just show you all the etiquette, not all of it, of course, it's too much, but the etiquette that we employ is a little bit different than Goji Root. I did not just throw you to the wolves tonight or assume that because you've done a couple months of Goji Root that you knew what to do. What I did was make an assumption that as an adult you can follow along. Yeah, so I give you credit for that, you did fine, so thank you. Some people have to be led by the nose, you know, and I try not to do that, and you did great, so good job on your part. For everybody else, let's have a conversation real quick about real fighting. I don't know if you noticed it or not, the last 2 or 3 months, I've really been kind of stuck on this subject. In real fighting, in training for real fighting, everything you do, every technique you try in class, you have to approach that like it's going to be the one that matters. That one technique is the one you have to rely on to stop a violent attacker. If you don't train your mind to think that way, then when you're in that moment of shock and startle reflex, your body is not going to respond. It's going to fall back, and it's going to go back to what you typically do in class. If that's your standard of training, that's what you do, is you just kind of lay it out there like that, then that's what your body's going to do. The only time you ever see me throw kicks like that at all is when I'm going slow to show somebody. Usually when you see me throwing something, I'm throwing it with earnest. Okay? You have to think that way. What happens, especially in America, or in the Western world, we turn everything we do into a sport. Karate is not a sport. It can be employed as a sport. Tell y'all what I tell people all the time. People come in here and they remark about what they see around them. You know, see all these trophies, see all these medals, they see all these great championships. I tell them the same thing every time. You can testify this because I just had this conversation with him last week. We win a lot of tournaments. And as y'all know, 4 years ago, before COVID hit, we were the number 1 tournament team in the state. The reason we win tournaments is specifically because we're not a tournament school. This is not what we train for. We train real karate. Now, another point that I emphasize quite a bit is this. I can teach you how to do the technique. I can teach you everything you need to know to defend yourself. I cannot give you a heart for it. You have to bring that passion, that energy, and that desire. I'll have that conversation after the conference. So when you come to class, look, there are going to be days you just can't. You've had extra at school, and you've had extra at home, and something's going on, and you're just distracted, or your energy's all depleted. Maybe you didn't eat enough that day. Maybe you haven't had enough fluids. Maybe something's going on. Maybe you got an infection. I don't know. There's so many things that can happen. You just don't have all of your energy. But you know what you need to do on those days? The best you can that day. You don't get to pick and choose when those skills are needed. It's going to happen when you are least ready for it. So you have to be constantly ready for it. Anyway, that's not that. Pretty simple training tonight, power striking, some step around drills, we're trying to do that kind of stuff. We will add a little bit more of that in as we move forward. 16 black belts and black belt candidates, that'll be workouts for you guys. What we do, for those of you who have never been to those before, we work just on your material. We'll have 3 or 4 sessions before we do our next black belt test, which is January 21st, and we will really iron out what you are individually doing that needs to be modified. Okay, so it's going to be very specific to you. Whoever has to show one tonight, sir.
What's the time frame for that?
5, start at 5.
So 5.
Yep.
Oh, sir.
You got something to do that now?
No, sir. What? Achievable are very time oriented.
Yeah, you want a specific ending time? Okay, I can argue that. Yeah. We've had 3.5 hour sessions before, but usually about an hour and a half, 2 hours, but we just say 2 hours. Because we're not working on a great big wealth of material, and I can kind of narrow it down real quick. Because what I'll do is we'll go through your robot show, or you do, we'll go through your robot show, it's great, you know. And what's that you gonna show? And whatever you need to work on, I'll say, okay, go do this, fix it, do it this way, and put you over there, right, so work on it 10, 15 minutes, I'll tell you, go work on this part, I'll tell you, go work on this part, you work on that, fix that up, we'll come back, I'll say, oh, let's do it again, I'll take it to the next part, so you can fix this, and we'll go through it that way. I'll give you some advice, not you. Yes, you can, so, I'll give y'all some advice, so we'll kind of smile after this. Between now and 16, practice your Hasabadachi. He knew what was coming, he was already smiling at me. If y'all have heard the Hasabadachi thing, I promise you by January 21st, you will understand how to do Hasabadachi. Inside of the house. All right, Coach Gage. Ready?
Right? Get on show. Right?
Don't forget, if you're coming to the Christmas party on Saturday, it's at 2 o'clock. It's a potluck thing. Please put something on the board if you're coming. If you intend on bringing something. What? It's Pam's bringing ice cream. She's already called it. Welcome to class, David.